but I am going to put this in the message again before I go into some other things because it looks like it's going to be a continuation. But um, what I was telling y'all in the message that I had did Saturday night was about the 369 in the duality. Okay, that Archangel Michael in the three, Christ in the six, and Satan in the nine. Okay, all the same energy. Okay, you've just been taught to be afraid of it. Satan doesn't do anything but restrict. Okay, and he works for the Most High God. Everything works for the Most High God. Okay, in the three is Haliel. In the six is Christus or Mary. In the nine, it is Lucifer. All the same energy, okay? All the same energy, twins. Sun and moon that created the stars. This is the energy. And a devil, when somebody refers to themselves as a devil, anybody can be a devil. That's the entity. A devil is a liar, okay? So if you lying, then that entity is using you. The devil is using you. Okay, so since Lucifer and Haliel been locked up, and so who are all these demonic energies that are roaming around? You know, when we go back to Solomon and his the 72 demons he conjured up, what did he conjure them up for? First of all, because us now knowing spirituality, we know that the information we need is going to come from above. They're going to tell us that information. But instead, Solomon was down there like a madman conjuring up demons and binding himself with rings. 72 rings were forged. Okay, now which spirit did not, which entity did not answer Solomon question when he wanted to know what angel he was vexed by? Why would you want to know that? So that you could keep them binded down here, so he could so they can't align back to them higher selves. That's what you did. An abomination. You see what I'm saying? So so the only one who didn't was Asmodeus. And Asmodeus is a demon of what? Lust. So don't that seem like that's the demon that's running around here, that's been roaming around here for the longest, for centuries after centuries, is the demon of lust? Got y'all, everything is about sex? Everything is about sex. Yeah, you count pennies, they'll start talking about sex. You understand? Make it make sense. All right? An abomination. And they been knew it. But now the 72 have been released and are free to roam. Okay? And I always talk about Yaldabaoth. Yaldabaoth is that copycat energy, that father, that fake father that came into the brother while my brother while he got him captive down there in the Vatican, somewhere where they had him captive at. And Yaldabaoth supposed to be his father and stole all that his knowledge and everything and having kids and blamed everything on us. But we've been locked up. Hello. We've been locked up. We wasn't free to roam. So who was roaming? Yaldabaoth and his sons that he created, and Asmodeus and his sons that he created, several legions. Because that's the demon that's been roaming. The demon of lust. Satan ain't the demon of lust. Satan restricts. I am from Petro, Mississippi. But anyway, yeah. Satan is the one that comes in and restricts you when it's time to get that behind toe up because you don't want to act right. Then God said, go ahead and go on in and take that and take that and take that. You see? But yeah, so there were so many legions of demons that were created that must be removed. Okay, they're walking among you as just like me and you. Okay, that's just like they go back to Sodom and Gomorrah. How did it get burnt up and it's still here? Kind of got burnt up. Because if it got burnt up in hellfire, we wouldn't have to worry about it being wrong. If it got burnt up, see, as Moses told King Solomon, he said, King Solomon was a very strange man. He said he keeps summoning me, conjuring me up, and I don't know why. He keep doing it. He was a madman. Just like today. When Solomon asked God for wisdom, what did he get? He got the daughters of Zion. That's what the wisdom that he was supposed to be protected. But then he built the wisdom off the daughters of Zion, built the kingdom off that wisdom, and became the richest man in the world. And decided he want to go explore every other nation out there. And he thought God was going to let him continue to have sex with the daughters of Zion, where God done stored sacred knowledge. He done stored sacred knowledge in the daughters of Zion. You're going to pull it out and give it to a Jezebel or to some woman of another nation that do not serve the same God that we do. And what God did, tore that kingdom down. And that's exactly what goes on today. That's exactly what goes on today. They build off of you. First of all, Grant, or whoever the fuck you is, sir, I'm gonna go ahead and get real nasty with you. So don't come in my live getting nasty with me. Now you can tell me something and tell me that you don't like what I'm talking about, but you don't never call me no name. Cause baby, the only dummy up in here is you, cause you watching me. I ain't watching you. So go back to what you was doing. And if don't nobody care for him, make it get your fuck ass on. Okay? Goodbye, sir. Got to care. Because you're still up in here. You done went and text the whole goddamn paragraph. Got to care. Got to care. You got to care, fun maker. Because you still texting. Because I wouldn't even waste 2 seconds texting nothing to you. That's just how irrelevant you is in my world. I wouldn't text nothing. But anyway. Moving on. Like I said. So where was I at? Yeah. So just like today, they build off of you, daughter of Zion, where God got them put the sacred knowledge. Come have sex with. That's the whole point of all these love spells and stuff. Have sex with you. See, that's why we had to go through a test as God opened, revealed doors for us to open. Okay? We had to go through test. Okay? And you said it's dummy. You said it's a slave master Bible. So now you want to go back to the slave master Bible, dummy. Get out my comments. That's what you do. Anyway, but you want to quote from the slave master Bible. You got to use your discernment, sir. All truths are half truths. So everything has some truth to it. Use your discernment. How you know what God accepts? Was you up there with it? Because he don't accept you. How you know what he accepts? Obviously, he don't accept you because you the one mad, not me. Believe what you want to believe. I don't care. Now get out my life. Thank you. Anyway, no, you ain't God, baby. If you God, send me some money. Send me some money if you God. I thought not. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, these motherfuckers be pissing me out, boy. They be knowing when you be on point because they want to come up in here with that dumb shit. Bitch, get your weak ass on. Period. Anyway, like I was saying, let me stop looking at these folks comment because they don't even make sense. Because they obviously bored and got shit to do. They over here looking at me. Fuck nigga. Anyway, back to what I was saying. They use the daughters of Zion to build their ass up, and then they get up there and they done went with every woman in the world and thank God gonna keep them with the wealth. End up getting knocked down every single time. You're not gonna have no access to certain knowledge if you mating with this one and mating with that one. We all have a different tribe. It's 12 tribes. All 12 tribes, they're where we come from. I don't know about these fools. Where we come from, there's all sacred knowledge in each one of those tribes. And sex is a transfer of DNA information. Okay? So when you go to having sex with different people, you're giving them access to certain knowledge. And because our brothers are so fucking weak and they love everybody but their motherfucking self, they easy as peasy pie to go get some information out of them. They'll fuck anybody. Most of them. Anybody. So all they got to do is sit in a Jezebel. And she looked like everybody said she looked. He done gave away the keys to the kingdom. You think God gonna give them to him? You think God gonna give them to him? When history done showed over and over and over, all they got to have is a Jezebel. Swing that Jezebel over that nigga face, and the information is gone. And then want to blame the slave master, the one that conquered you. Had you kept your motherfucking legs closed, you wouldn't have never got conquered. But you couldn't do that. So you went up under that motherfucking garden and you had sex with a daughter you ain't had no business having sex with and gave her access to the information. And God cut you from the tree of life and your ass been cursed ever since. But you don't want to accept that information. But the fact is the fact. And the one thing about it, God ain't gonna let you get in there this time. And we glad. And all the daughters of Zion is glad, baby, that y'all didn't choose us. Because what? We got the sacred knowledge. It's coming through our portal, straight from the Most High God. We ain't had to study no book. God sent it straight on down to us and put it in our spirit, and then later on showed it to us in the book. That's just like my name. I didn't know when God told me under that tree, under that pine tree, what my name was and what star system I came from. And thank the Lord. Thank the Lord for snow bunnies. But snow bunnies supposed to be with their own snow bunnies. But if you want to mix with them, just get cut from the tree because you ain't going to get no sacred knowledge. Long live them. Okay? Long live the Hispanics. The Hispanics better give the Hispanics if they want any sacred knowledge. Otherwise, they ain't going to get none. Okay? That's how it worked. That's why they had different kingdoms. There ain't no, you want to mix? Cool. But you just don't get this tree of knowledge. That's all. Simple as that. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. So, it ain't got nothing to do with prejudice, ain't got nothing to do with racism, ain't got nothing to do with that. It's got something to do with the way people live. I use animals as an example. A cat and a wolf, they stay in the same world, but they do not live the same. They do not live the same. They have that cats got different knowledge than the wolves got, but everybody can still get along. And that's the same thing here. And what my brother did, who is a mad scientist, is mixed up all kinds of stuff that didn't have no business being mixed up. Okay? They didn't have no business being mixed up. And you are refuting what I'm saying based on what? Something that you saw wrote down. I'm speaking straight from what the Most High gave me. He'll later show you that it was wrote down. Okay? I'm not Christian and I'm not no racist. I love all races. But there's common sense. And something is not common. Some things are not common sense. Okay? Well, get over there with them. Because we soldiers over here. Because our lions have to have, in the lion kingdom, I'm a part of the lion tribe, baby. And they take care of the motherfucking tribe. So all that what you talking about, Fluffy, get over there with them. That's why your ass be dying by 1,000. Get over there with them and let them swing their sword for you. Cool. I don't give a fuck what you do. Now, you got to feel hit because y'all up in the comments the way y'all live. Get over there with your son, Snow Bunny, but God ain't finna give you no fruit from that tree. He not about to give you nothing now. Only way you'll get it is if you try to steal it. But a real daughter of Zion at this stage and this point of her life, God ain't gonna even let you near her. He ain't gonna even let you near them. So keep whoring out who you keep whoring out, who you say is feminine and soft, and keep your ass dumb and stuck down here. That's a choice. Ain't nobody trying to stop you from doing what you do. Do it. And do it well. Okay? But anyway, I can't deal. See, these are the type of things I can't deal with people with self-hate. How you gonna be my equal when you feel like another man woman is better than yours? That means you feel like her man is better than you. So how you gonna run me? You can't. You can't. You can't. What love got to do with facts? What love got to do with facts? And just because I get hyped up, I am not angry at all, sweetheart. Ain't nothing you said or did made me mad. I'm very happy. But I will cuss your ass out in a dime. They ain't got nothing to do with anger. But it does have something to do with my emotion. But I don't act out my emotion. I cuss your ass out on my emotion. That's all. So, and that's something we working on because we healing every day. Because healing is a process don't never stop. So obviously you don't watch me long enough to know that's a trigger for me, for you to bring your ass up in here with that disrespectful ass shit. And we're going to return it to the sender. By the time you make it to wherever you're going to wish you never fuck with me in that way. Because I'm not the one to fuck with. I don't give a fuck if you behind no fake page or not. I am not hurt. Find you somebody else to play with. Now, you a caveman, baby, and you obviously love cavemen. Baby, I ain't got no fleas and ticks on me, sweetheart. I ain't got no bugs on me. And ain't never gonna have none. And I don't crawl on all fours. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, sir. Or ma'am, or whatever the fuck you is. Yeah, people be getting mad when you talk about this old mix shit. Stay your fucking ass down here with the mix. Bitch, that's all you gonna do. Period. Keep mixing it. Don't nobody give a fuck. Mix that shit. I'm talking to the Pleiadians, not you. Mix it. I ain't trying to convince you of nothing. See, that's what people get it confused at. If you stop by here, I'm talking to the collective, sweetheart. I ain't trying to convince you to think like me, to be like me. I ain't telling you going to hell. I'm just letting you know what it's going to take to reach a certain height. That's all, baby. And you can't swip and swap DNA information at a certain level, okay? And that's just it. You can't. You can't. And like I said, people will, like I said, every book is truths and half-truths. And a lot of people going to be stuck because they trying to tell you wrong, but the only source they got is a book from King James. That's it. And they don't know how to discern out of that. Because if they did, they could see that David wrote the Psalms and then turn around and they said Isaiah wrote, he wrote Isaiah, but Isaiah and David sound just alike. So how is that? Because you know how people write. But anyway, what slavery got to do with anything? Nobody said nothing about no motherfucking slavery. Hell, I don't even think the shit happened like that. Ain't, why is we talking about slavery? Ain't nobody said nothing about slavery. Never said a word about slavery. See how people got selective hearing? Never said it. Never said it. What book? What book? What book is that? Exactly. You the one looking in the book. You ain't listening. You're not listening. I said our downloads come straight from the sky. And then later on, he might show us, no, your mammy is a dumbass, bitch. Your mammy is a dumbass. For sure. Because she had you instead of swallowing you like she did the rest of them. But anyway, and then later on, we'll see it in the book. Like I was saying, by my name, Pleiadia. When God told me under that pine tree what my name was, and we know you a pedophile. That's why you upset. Get the fuck on. If you want to call names, we can start calling them, baby. We can start calling them. The fuck wrong with this? Nothing from nothing equals nothing ass bitch. Subtract yourself. I know you love me. Got to love me. The way you done stayed over here in the comments. Get your ass on. Do another math problem for this bitch. The fuck? I'm sitting up and trying to talk to somebody that got my nerves up. Shit. But anyway, my name. And I was sitting outside on a pine tree and God told me what my name was. People were steady trying to tell me, oh, it's this, that, and the third. No, sweetheart, this is what God said. I'm going to listen to him. It was 2 years later that I opened the book that this whatever this thing is, that came in my, this bisexual man that came up in my live, him. It came in, I opened up the book. And in a chapter that's named after my deceased father, which his name was Amos, and in the birth year that he was born, which is chapter 5, verses 8 through 9, it said right in there that the father made the Pleiadians and Orion. Never knew it was in the Bible. But so that's how God works with us. I don't know how he do it with y'all. I don't know whatever God y'all serve. I don't know what he do with y'all. But the God we serve, that's what he do. Grant, I ain't got no questions for you, babe. Don't ask me nothing. Move on. Don't ask me nothing. Because you were disrespectful from the beginning. You one of them keyboard gangsters, baby. Because you ain't going to do that shit in real life. You not going to do that shit in real life. Don't worry about what book I'm talking about. Go find it with your smart ass. Talking to you about nothing. Don't try to insult me and then ask me no question. It don't work like that. I'm over here minding my business, me and my collective, and you want to bring your ass up in here. For what? Anyway, moving on. I let this man take too much of my energy, y'all. That was just, he wanted to see what it was like, so I gave him a taste. That, we working on it. We working on it. I know, ain't that one of your ancestors, King James? You would know about the homosexual part, wouldn't you? Anyway, the names that I seen in here was one of Grant's ancestors, James, and they said that he was in here to inflict pain and ultimately take somebody out. Okay? There is somebody named here that is Roger. It says something about a detective questioning somebody about a murder. Then there's somebody named Kelly. Somebody said they a slut just like your mother, hiding from life. Whoever that is, that's the message he came out with. I don't know. That's your great granddaddy. Ask him. Y'all ain't got that in y'all family album. What's going on with him, Grant? You don't know what y'all got going on in y'all family. Go ask your granddaddy. Don't ask me. Ask him about y'all family lineage. Shit. Don't ask me. Anyway, and then I said, who else was it? And then I got the name Mike and I got the name Pete. And somebody is about to find out a child is not theirs. Yeah, they man done really pissed me off today. And I'm working on myself, so I had to let this bitch have it, of course. But I won't do that no more. I'm gonna start ignoring. I'm gonna learn how to block people. Because, baby, when I'm looking at you, if you want to say something to me, we gonna go word for word. This is real life shit. I ain't on no keyboard trying to type you no motherfucking paragraph. That's just the problem. That's the bottom line. What part? Talking about yeah, King James was gay. Yeah, he was gay. Damn near all them folks up in England was gay. Even a picture of Caesar Borgias or whatever that they show you of Jesus, he was gay. See, that's where a lot of that mess come from over there in Rome. Okay, because they used to, with the word Jim, they used to go up in there when they had them folks enslaved and the fight in the cathedrals or whatever you call them things, the Colosseums. They was gay. They called that Jim. It wasn't none but men up in there. They was gay too because they had no women, except for the ones that they was owned by that want to come sex them out at a party. So they've been doing that for a long time. So, Grant got a lot of ancestors with a lot of nasty shit going on. So, we understand how he feels. Yeah, exactly. If he was also gay and terrible at translating, when he didn't translate, he was the king. He had 50 or something people that he gave the order, and those people of literary, whatever, they did what he told them to do. And one thing about the Most High God, if that Bible didn't have some truth in it, it wouldn't exist. So they can manipulate, but they still got to give you the truths that was in that word. And then they took out a lot of Bible books that was in that Bible that the Ethiopians have, the Germans got, the Vatican got. It's a lot of stuff. And even with me being on here now and a lot of the downloads that I get about the different things that God tell me about these energies, I've been seeing how people from Rome, Australia, they'll pull it right on up on my For You page, show me that I was never lying. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be doing no research on that. I just be listening to God. And then the research will come to me. Right. It don't got nothing to do with gay or straight. I don't even know where this man come from. I mean, back in them old kingdoms, the like when y'all look at the Kama Sutra, back then Kama Sutra was like different positions for healing. Well, the royals were able to have sex with the same sex for healing purposes. See what I'm saying? That's it. That's Indian culture. They was able to have sex with each other, and Grant still up in here. Get your ass on, Grant. I'm through with you. I'm through with you. Anyway, they used to have different cultures, you know what I'm saying, where they did different things. Kama Sutra was a book for healing, different positions that you get in for sexual healing. Sexual healing is a real thing if you know anything about energy now. Okay? If you know anything about energy, sexual healing is a way of healing. Okay? And once you guys get on that 369 gig, where you know that everything happens in the spiritual, which is your mind, then manifests in the 6. Okay? The 6 is pregnant with gifts, so it materializes from the 3, it materializes to the 6. You give birth to it, and then the 9 is where you release everything that's the past. You let it go. Once you let all that go, you float right back up to the 3 again. That's just how they came up with the 6, 9 and the whole concept of a balloon. It comes from that. I mean, but anyway, once you learn that, we could basically put a lot of people out of a job, especially doctors, because you'll know how to heal yourself, you know. And that's something that I've also been got my science project on, is how to heal myself. And you start in the 9 and you work your way up, because you got to get to the root of whatever problem it is in order for it to be healed. If you start anywhere else, all you doing is treating the symptoms. That's it. And that's what these people do. They practice medicine on you. They ain't healing nothing. And then that's why you can keep staying sick. Okay? But me myself specifically, ever since I've learned this formula. I can't tell you the last time I went to the hospital and needed to go to the hospital for any kind of ailment, because I always get to the root of the issue and able to heal myself. So that is what we want for the collective, is for them to be able to get to the root of the issue and be able to heal it themselves. And then also, but yeah, it's 72 kings that will be rising, and 720 brethren that will be rising now that the 72 kings are free from these rings that they forged. The Lord of the Rings, which would be Saturn. Okay? And that was all to copy. This spirit Yaldabaoth does nothing but copy. Everything that God does and God's people do, they copy it. That's how you know who is who. Okay? That's how you know who is who. You know the creators from those who've been created, because the creators continue to create, and those that were created continue to take what you create. Okay? That's how it works. Simple as that. And you can know your place, and it got nothing to do with race, ain't got nothing with sex, ain't got nothing to do with none of that. But you can make it about it if you want to. That's up to you. That's up to you. This man went to talking about black and white and all this. I'm gonna talk about anything I want to talk about. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about what God gave me to talk about. If you don't like it, you move along. You don't come up in somebody's live disrespecting them on a keyboard, baby. I slap 5 from you if I seen you in person. Knock 5 from you. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to teach you a lesson so you don't go outside them doors with this same old lame ass shit and get knocked off your feet. You know what I mean? Because we should be able to be cordial, you know, with each other. And all that disrespectful shit, I ain't gonna even listen to it after that. You know, I gave you a little bit too much of my time that I gave you today, but hey, you must needed it. So there you go. And I'm gonna take what I need because you came and disturbed my peace. See what I'm saying? You see how that worked? You thought you were pulling something. And all you gonna be left with is the bad. And I'm gonna take all the good. Thank you. Come back by and make another deposit. so you can get your ass up out that karma. Okay? Because I know you're mad. Anyway, Spirit is saying to us, pursue your dream. Some thoughts should not be spoken. Okay? Yeah, he telling us some thoughts shouldn't be spoken, Grant. Some things you need to keep to your motherfucking self. And he telling me that too. But we learning. We both learning. You learning how not to trigger people, and I'm learning how to not light people's ass up. That's what I'm learning. We both trying to learn, you know? Trying to do right. You learning how to keep good health, and I'm learning how to not knock a bitch out. You know what I mean? We learning. So let me learn in peace. You know what I mean? Let me learn in peace. Because I trust this ain't what you want to deal with. All right. So there may be somebody that's getting real sick right now due to the black magic that they were doing. And it could be an older man. There has been some divine intervention that's taking place, and your ancestors are shining a light on all these people who have been keeping you stuck and separate, okay, from your spiritual union. But you are taking your power back from all these karmic energies, and you realize they only could keep you stuck in your head. And once you broke the chains of that, you overcome and you free yourself. Okay? The Most High God is filling your cup up daily. My cup is full and overflowing. Thank you, Father. Okay? And you're moving on in the right direction towards your North Node. These what does that say? I can't read my own handwriting. Some secrets are about to be exposed that they kept, and they was trying to change your fate. Okay, and this is one thing it got to do. One thing about it's got to do is that these people will be so jealous and envious, and they say they got all the money and shit in the world, and you ain't got this and you ain't got that. Well, if that's the case, then you shouldn't even be noticing me. But yet, I'm on your radar. So obviously, all the money and all the clothes, whatever, ain't good enough for you. It ain't good enough for you. It ain't good enough for you. You're weighed down. You're stuck. You too heavy. You know what I mean? Nah, you probably don't. Anyway. So Spirit is saying you never know who is watching you. Something is definitely ending so that you can purify your energy and allow this new energy to flow in. Yeah, we never know who is watching us. And regardless of somebody coming in to try to see if you going to go there with them, and they called me on a day, well, I didn't mind going there with them because I was in the middle of saying something that I was pushed to say. And then he going to turn around with all this old nonsense behind a keyboard. Because, in person, it ain't going to never happen like that. It ain't got nothing to do with me being able to be stronger than a man. Don't got to put my hands nowhere on you. God gonna do it for me. See? Don't have to do nothing to you. I ain't got to do no spell. I ain't got to do no conjuring up nothing. I got to stir up nothing in no pot. None of that shit like your ancestors did. I ain't got to do that. Anyway. And I know that's another reason why you're mad. See? And let me just tell you this. All y'all ain't from a royal tribe. Some of y'all from a tribe, but all y'all ain't from a royal tribe. So mix on. But I'm talking to the royal tribes. The ones of a royal lineage. It's certain things that they cannot do. And that's mixed because they holding sacred knowledge for the bloodlines. Which would be you, fool. So you gonna mix up all you want to. But you ain't part of no royal lineage. That's just bottom line. And you ain't gonna get no sacred knowledge. And that's bottom line. God ain't gonna be telling you nothing. You're gonna have to go look at some books or something. Because it ain't gonna come straight from the stars like ours come. And then you try to refute it, but then our other brothers bring the information right on out. Okay? They bring it right on out. That we was never lying. We was never lying. It was y'all the whole time. It's a curse. That's why brother is against sister, father is against daughter, daughter against son, all this old stuff that they said was going to happen, prophesied that was going to happen. Because to me, the Bible is simply a guide about obstacles that you're going to overcome, written by different prophets like you and I, to help you along in your ascension process. You the one decided to take it and make it something else. Or the God you serve decided to take it and make it something else. And that's why you've been stuck here over and over and over and over again and stay stuck here. That's you. I don't care. But anyway, I just like to talk and share my knowledge with people. And if that upsets you, then you know what you need to do. Move on. Because I'm going to cuss you out. Simple as that. You're going to get cussed out. I ain't going to curse you, but I'm going to cuss you like a dog. Yes. Definitely going to do that. Get that off me. And leave that energy where it came from on you. All right. Now let's see what else we got. Oh, yeah. It was one more thing I want to tell y'all. That there is I did say before this trash that came up in here, I had said, oh, hey, bro, guy. Yeah, you was in my other video. Thank you for coming back. It said, I was saying that the devil could be anybody. Anybody, if you lying, then you could be a devil. It's an entity. It's not the same thing as Satan or Lucifer. That's them two different. All three of them is three. One is a spirit. The other two are entities that are all different. Oh, okay. Thank you. But anyway, what else was I going to tell y'all? Oh, there's a Gemini and a Capricorn who teamed up with a Queen of Swords to steal from your Holy Grail. So they've been still trying to steal from, they was in them astral waters. That's where they was at. They was in your astral waters trying to steal straight from your cup, which means trying to steal your ideas, your abundance, anything that you had going on. They was going straight in your cup and stealing it. Now they wonder why they going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Because when you throw that rock in and swim and get down in them astral waters, you better know how to swim. Because there's some tough and terrain, some tough waters out there. Okay? If you throw that rock in there, better be prepared for what come up out of there. See? This was a lesson. Don't play in nobody's mind space in their astral waters trying to get nothing. Because when they return back to you, you're going to have to see if you can swim. You're going to have to see if you can get up out them astral waters that you decide to play in and steal up out of. Okay, Gemini and Capricorn, this definitely should be a lesson for you to. And for the Queen of Swords, okay? Whoever that is, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Yeah, because they was in competition with you. Yeah, they was in competition with you. All about a King of Cups. Most of it was about a King of Cups. Most of it was about a King of Cups. Yep. And let me see if there's nothing else that I am missing. Oh, yeah, somebody gonna need a welfare check. If y'all been thinking about somebody, need to check on them. Somebody need to go do a welfare check. Whoever that person is that you was thinking about that you haven't seen, go do a welfare check on that person, please. I am not saying that again, bro, guy. And there's somebody here that plays both sides, okay? So that you can look at each other as the enemy, and then the person in the middle is playing both sides to get y'all to do the dirty work, like we were talking in the last live. That's what they do. To get you to do the dirty work. And your ancestors said they heard that call that you done made out. Okay, so some of y'all made a call and they heard it. And let me see what else. There was something else I want to tell y'all before my concentration got fucked up by this jackal. Okay, that could have been a Cancer up in here. Okay, that was in this the comment section, because they really know how to piss me off. And they are false light. They are it's a headscarf. I just tied it like that. And their disconnection from spirit is the price that they're gonna have to pay for their pride and ego. for perpetuating a lifestyle that was false. Because you are stuck. You keep recruiting new members, and you literally still thinking that because you all of a sudden out of nowhere are spiritually connected to earth, but your ill-gotten gains have allowed you to try and steal our vision with no substance. Okay? Yeah, it's a cancer. It's a cancer for sure. It's a cancer for sure. I wouldn't put it past if that Scorpio was a cancer too, male or female. But anyway, y'all, I done stayed long enough. That kind of ruined my flow, and I ain't gonna let that happen no more. But that's a lesson that need to be learned. Okay. Wait, you got in the police. What is you talking about? What is you talking about? You want them to come to you? Because I'm sure they know how to find you, baby. You on here typing away, and you got an AP, you got an IP address, and if they want to find you, they definitely can find you. So I don't know what you talking about. You want them to come, you calling the police. We can sure get them on you if you want them. I don't know what the hell you talking about. Y'all done made me hot today. I see what time you on. Y'all done pissed me off today. Yeah, look at that. All this studying me for what? You want to come over here and study me and trigger me to see what I do and what I won't do? What I won't do is go to jail for you. But what I will do is if you come disrespect me is cuss your ass out. Yeah, that's what I will do. So I can't help it if you stressed and stuck up all night. That's not my problem. Because I'm getting plenty of rest. I'm getting my wishes fulfilled. You decided to take the devil's deal. Now you're going through heartbreak in secret. And all that, you can't project none of that to me because it's being blocked. You the one feel rejected and like you missed an opportunity from a past life soulmate, not me. So Cancer, try it again, baby. Try it again. Your ass is already deeper than they can go. All these old filming CCTVs and all that shit you was doing, you gonna be headed to jail for a long time. For a long time. Recording people without their knowledge and all that. Yeah, you is unstable as fuck. So what you need to be doing instead of being on here is preparing for what's coming towards you. Don't be on here trying to tell me nothing. Because you don't want to work with these folks. Now they laying your ass to rest. Okay? Or your ass somewhere laying down because you sick from all that black magic that you were doing. You the one did it. Now your ass being investigated. Okay? About these 9 of Pentacles. Well, that's it. Yeah. You got to go to court to get a fair balance. Where is my money, nigga? And the rest of all that other shit you talking about? Ain't nobody trying to hear. Yeah. So lay your ass down. Anyway, I don't know who your friend is and don't care. But appreciate y'all coming through on the live. I'm sorry that I had to explode on a nigga or whoever it was. I call all y'all niggas. I don't care what race you is. Y'all niggas to me if you act crazy. But anyway, so I done had the maintenance man when he had to get called a nigga. Look at me like I was so crazy. Like, what? I'm white. Why is you calling me? Because you a nigga today. That's what you is today. Yeah, a nigga. A white nigga. Which one you is? You a saying nigga? Which nigga are you? Exactly. Hell on. But anyway, love you guys, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.